platform, so nobody will be seeing any of the scores until it's done. So I'll ask the judges to now switch off your videos and okay, thank you for that, Faria. And yeah, as she said, make sure that you are logged in. Let us give them the fullest opportunity. And I think the first one to go, Loida, allow Joseph Kafunda in from Rafiki Tours and Safaris. The Entrepreneurship World Cup is an opportunity for every startup to make sure that they get connected to the globe. So now we have all our judges ready and we are waiting on Joseph to start with his presentation. Okay, Joseph, you can start screen sharing. You have 3 minutes and Loida will give you an indication when you have 1 minute left. I think you need to shift your view a little bit because people also want to see what Joseph looks like. Yes, that's better, much, much better. Great, go ahead.
Let me just see if I can screen share view.
Still loading the screen.
Can anybody see the
Okay,
screen?
we can see it. You can start.
Okay. Good afternoon,
A little bit
everyone.
closer to the mic.
Is it okay now?
Yes.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Joseph Kafunda. I'm the co-founder of Rafiki Tour and Safari. It's a company based here in Namibia, and we do tours and safari around Namibia. Currently, we do have kind of a problem, of which the problem we are facing at the moment, it's a COVID-19, which has brought a business to the down still, where we do not have clients to operate on or do anything that has to do with regarding to clientele or tourists. And the second problem which we have, it's a problem of connecting our clients from Europe, Asia, and South America to come and visit Namibia, of which the solution is we have tried to approach some few airline companies like Qatar Airways, British Airways, even our local Air Namibia to find out the solution about this. So that is on a process of which we hope and we believe that we will have our clients very soon. One should know that Namibia is one of the most beautiful and diverse landscapes that one can be able to find in anywhere in the world. And due to the fact that the population of this country is only about 2.5 million, that give us a beauty and it gives us the space that one can be able to travel. Currently, the team that we are with, we have the tour guides, tour planners, and then we have a consultant which normally share the beauty or the love story of Namibia. So Namibia, and we do have also the accountant, and then we do have also one person who does normally the cleaning of the vehicle once the vehicles come back on tours. I can say that Namibia is one of the few countries in the world where one can actually come here and enjoy the beauty of our sceneries. of which with that, we find it that young entrepreneur or emerging tour operators are not really that much been given the opportunity to enter the tourism sector as a business. That is a problem that we do also have. And with that, we hope that after this COVID-19, everybody will look at it and as an opportunity and a unique opportunity that we can be able to invest in a diversity services. So for now, all I can say is that we are seeking a good initiative so that we can be able to continue motivate, especially SMME, in order to join the tourism industry. So what we are asking, we are not asking that much. We are just asking that businesses or SME should be looked at so that we can be able to invest in them for the future. I thank you.
Thank you, Joseph. You can stop or just leave your screen share there for a moment. Judges, do you have questions for Joseph? Please go ahead.
Ask the question. Nothing from my side.
Any of the other judges?
Good evening, Joseph.
Good evening, ma'am.
I just wanted to find out how long have you been in business, and how has that experience been for you?
I have been in the business with the Rafiki Tour and Safari. It's now almost about 2.5 years, but I have been in the tourism industry for the past 17 years. I used to work for a company from South Africa, driving all the way to Kenya. That is from 2004 until 2006. And then I come back to Namibia, where I start working for another company here. And then I started my own company in 2010, of which that company closed due to the fact that we were too many partners, especially Namibian tour guides, local tour guides. So we closed. With Rafiki, it's only 2.5 years that I've been operational.
All right, thank you so much, Joseph.
Thank you, David. Joseph, sorry. Any other judges have questions?
Joseph?
Just say your name.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Hi, Joseph.
Clear.
Can you hear me?
Is this Hagi speaking?
No, it's not Hagi.
Gerald.
This is Gerald speaking. Yes.
Okay, go ahead, Gerald.
Joseph, you
Yes,
know
sir.
that tourism is one of the biggest contributors to our national GDP. What competitive advantage do you offer? You know, we have a lot of tourist companies, safari companies in Namibia, the whole of Namibia. What is it that you would offer different than other competitors in the market? Why would tourists come to you instead of, you know, any of the other bigger companies
The advantage
that's currently there?
Yes, Mr. Ferrat, tourism contribute about 72 million in a year to the GDP of this country, and of course, it's one of the most contributor to when it comes to foreign currency. The uniqueness of you proposing to a person so that they can be able to buy your product, it's that you need to look at what is that person looking at. Like in our advantage, we looked at the languages that we offer. Our company is not just offering English to us, because we speak German, we speak Portuguese, and we speak French. With some of those are also the advantage that tourists are always looking at. And also, we have created our uniqueness product, of which that uniqueness product is mostly cultural and traditional activity included in the tours, because we have seen many of the tour operators do not include those activities in their tours. So that is what we have done. We have looked at the languages, and we have looked at the uniqueness, what traditional cultural activities that we can be able to combine within our tours. So that is what makes us unique.
Okay, now I like that. So apart from the scenery, you also offer the experience.
Very much. We are also off-road.
All right, thank you, Joseph.
We do a lot of off-road. We drive to Skeleton Coast, which is one of the most remote areas. And then we drive river tours where we take people in the remote area where they will be lost in the nature for like 5-6 days without taking a shower. But you enjoy the scenery, you enjoy the camping, you meet the wildlife, you meet the people, you share a drink with the people, you share a meal with the people. So we create that atmosphere of a Namibian love story. Let me say that way.
Okay, thank you, Joseph. We will take you, you can stop your video now and mute you, and then we will take the next presenter, Loida.
I've let internet.
Sorry, I don't know what's happening.
Good afternoon.
I've let Sinead in.
Sorry?
I've let Sinead in.
I can't hear you say that again.
I've let Sinead in, Sally.
I don't know someone like that. Please go ahead and start your presentation.
Okay, thank you very much. My volume is okay. All right. Good afternoon. My name is Zenat Sali. I'm the co-founder and CEO at EasyShop Mobile Marketing, the power of retail. We are building a digital platform that powers integrated retail promotions for physical retailers through targeted and personalized ads. Valuable retail insights are being lost in the African retail industry, caused by disconnect between retailers and shoppers. And oftentimes shoppers do not have the latest pricing information. And so the potential to purchase falls through the cracks of impersonal promotions marketing campaigns. So we're building a digital marketing platform for shoppers as well as for retailers. So our platform would enable shoppers to save more money and would enable retailers to understand their consumers better and in effect create a community of retail. Our retail managers portal would enable retailers to plan for and place promotions and analyze real-time data on shopper behavior, while the mobile application would enable shoppers to be notified of the latest pricing information, compare retail prices, and know if the product they're looking to buy is ready and available on the shelf. We are unique because we are the e-commerce company that promotes and rewards in-store shopping and builds deliberately a business intelligence system or infrastructure for bricks and mortar retailers. We are a B2B and B2C SaaS company, and for our platforms, the retailers pay us $85 per month, that's per retailer, billed annually, and the shoppers pay a premium fee of $1 per month billed annually for premium features of our mobile application. So last year, since inception or since foundation, we have validated the business idea and built a business around it. And we have therefore engaged with several local ISPs, internet service providers, as well as retailers and shoppers alike. And we have also last year won the Best Newcomer Award for Namibia by the Global Startups Awards Southern Africa. And we've come full circle with our founding team, whereby we are now a complete team and we are fully incorporated under the laws of the Republic of Namibia. Our team is one of dynamic, vibrant, and impact-driven young people across Africa. And we have a combined experience and skills in project management, data analysis, software development, and infographics, amongst others. We have recently opened a seed funding round in efforts to bolster and enhance our race to market as we are approaching fierce competition in emerging African markets. And so we are seeking $19,000 in exchange for 10% of the equity in EasyShop Mobile Marketing. Ladies and gentlemen, and the Global Entrepreneurship Network, I thank you for the opportunity to share our pitch with you, to engage with you, and I believe now is the time for us to engage Q&A and the judges. Thank you.
Judges, go ahead and ask your questions.
Hi, your volume is a bit low. I can't seem to hear you properly. Sure. Yeah, it's still a bit low, but is it fine? Is it my volume? Hello?
That's quite muffled for.
Oh, okay. That is, yeah. It's clear now. I'm still struggling a little bit to hear properly. When Michael speaks, I can hear clearly.
While that gets sorted out, do any other judges have questions for Zened?
Zenet,
Yes, sir.
how do you pronounce your name? Zenet?
Yeah, Zenit, yeah, that both ways actually.
Zenit.
Yes, Zenit, yeah.
All right. Yeah, this is a very interesting idea that you have. For how long do you say you are currently, when did you develop the app?
The app is currently under development. The company has been around for about 18 months now.
All right, so you don't have any subscribers yet?
No, none.
So nobody has thus far signed up to your service?
No, nobody has thus far signed up to the service, although we are now in the process of getting retailer intents for retailers that would sign up to the platform as soon as it's ready.
Okay. One other question is, why would a consumer download the app? And apart from that, pay the $1. And how would you receive that $1 payment?
Yes, so we are to receive the payment. It's probably gonna work like it's definitely gonna work like any online payment platform, where the person pays a 12 multiple of $1. So it's an annual bill that they're going to pay for. But what they're paying for is a premium feature of the application. So in order for the user to get targeted and personalized adverts that only matter to them, they would have to pay the $1, so that whenever there comes a notification of a promotion, it comes from their favorite retailer who they normally buy from, and it is about a product that they really that really matters to them. So for example, if I don't have a car, I would never be bothered with promotions of tires or rims or car oil or engine oil, for example.
Great. Thank you
All
so
right,
much.
Zenit, I like it. I like it. It's very strategic advertising and sort of very focused towards a specific market segment or personal, basically. Not only market segment, but also very personal. All right. No, thanks. No more questions from me.
Thank you.
I think we gotta move along with the next pitch. So Lloyd, if you wouldn't mind adding the next presenter, and Zenid, go ahead and beat yourself.
Okay, I've let Victoria Haihambo in.
Hi, Victoria, go ahead and commence your pitch.
Okay. Good evening. My name is Victoria Haihambo, the founder of Angel Vipa Online. Angel Vipa Online is a combination of e-commerce and women empowerment in Namibia, linking local products to the market. The problem we are trying to address, having worked in the local authority as a local economic development and tourism officer over 7 years, I've realized that many micro vendors operating within the towns, they're operating within a limited or confined environment, and thus they have less access to the market for their product. In addition to this, they lack management skills that will help them to move their business to the next level, which then translates to lack of growth and stagnation in their business. The solution which Angel Vipa is trying to bring forth, we are trying to take these goods to the market through our e-commerce selling platform by selling their goods on their behalf online. And in addition, we are providing them with management skills in order for them to operate their business by giving them training online via our Visual Women Entrepreneurs Hub. Our revenue models. We add a percentage markup on all goods that we sell on our e-commerce platform. We charge a monthly subscription fee to all the women micro entrepreneurs who sign up for our Visual Women Hub. Additionally, we charge paid services. We not only provide access to the market and capacity building program, but we also provide these micro entrepreneurs with accounting services and business consulting services in order for them to take their business to the next level. Our traction and milestone. We have this far launched the e-commerce website. We have so far signed up 10 traders who are selling their goods on our online platform. We have 50 Visual Hub subscribers, and this far we have trained 30 micro vendors. Next key milestone, by 2021, we want to have developed a mobile app for the e-commerce. We want to sign up 50 traders, at least by the end of this year 2021, to be able to sell their goods on our e-commerce platform and have 100 subscribers for their Visual Hub. And in addition, we want to have trained 100 vendors by the year 2021. We are looking for investors to join us in this journey of empowering micro women entrepreneurs by investing 300,000 that we will use to buy delivery bikes and to develop the mobile app. In addition to this, we are looking for a technical business partner who will be a co-founder to provide us with technical support and advice. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that wonderful pitch. And with that, I'd like to hand it over to the judges to ask any questions Judges, go ahead.
Good evening, Victoria.
Good evening.
I hope that's correct. All right, my question to you is the entrepreneurs that are currently signed up, what is their feedback to them being part of your platform?
Okay. The feedback that I'm getting from these micro vendors is that they are actually waiting for additional income to come from the store, online store, instead of just waiting to get it from selling physical good. And they are actually happy with the additional revenue that they are making from this platform.
So them being signed up has actually yielded some positive results for them?
Yes, definitely. Yes, definitely.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Victoria?
Yes.
My name is Gerald.
Okay.
One of the challenges that I'm observing is getting products from the vendors to the people that will buy online or via the app. How do you get product shifted or transported or couriered? Has that been sorted out?
Yes, at the moment, within the vicinity of Oshakati, we are using our own vehicle to deliver the goods to the customers. But for customer outside Oshakati, we actually using Nampo's courier. But we are in discussion with e-bikes who are currently based in Windhoek to enter into an agreement to deliver our goods there. And we are also planning on procuring at least 2 or 1 bike in each town, where our customer where we have more concentrated customers.
All right, thank you, Victoria.
Well, thank you.
Hi, Victoria.
Hi.
Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Yes, I just wanted to find out, you said that you need a technical partner. If you do get a technical partner, are you willing to give out an equity share, or how will this technical partner come on board?
Yeah, actually, I will be able to give away 10% share of the business to the technical partner.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay, so if there are no more questions, we'd like to move on to the next pitch. Judges, don't forget to rate. And those of you watching on the events platform, be sure to rate below the video. Please let in the next startup.
Are you rating?
No, I'm not rating now.
Okay.
I've let in data.
Okay, please unmute, share your video, and feel free to start your pitch.
Okay. Just a moment. Good day, everyone. Okay, just a moment. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, we can start now. Good day, everyone. Today I want to present. It is that time again when I have to spend 25 minutes or more budgeting, and I see this all the time. Every time I go grocery shopping, I see other people
Looks like we've lost Indira, so we should just move on to the next pitch. Loida, please let in the next pitch, please. All right, so we have the next startup in the room. Please feel free to share your screen and commence your pitch.
Good evening.
Go ahead and speak, Pelgrina.
Good evening, judges. My name is Pelgrina Ndumba, the co-founder of the Talk to Me application. The problems is that persons with hearing and visual impairments don't have proper access to information. The other thing is that without sign language interpreters, persons with hearing impairment are not able to access information or even go to places like hospitals. So let's say now a hearing impaired person have STIs, it's a bit difficult for that person to go to the hospital with a sign language interpreters because of trust issues. And the other thing is that hearing impaired persons are still struggling to have access to information in hard copy or in PDF formats. And visually impaired persons can also, like the ones that are totally blind, can also not have access to information that are written in our vernacular languages, because currently the screen readers that we have can only read English. Our target market is the hearing impaired and visually impaired community. So the solutions to this problem is the Talk to Me application, which will convert text into audio and vice versa. And this app will also take away the middleman. Let's say when you're communicating to a hearing impaired person, you can just have this Talk to Me app on your phone, then you can easily communicate with a hearing impaired person. Therefore, hearing impaired people will also have privacy. Now, like the example that I gave at the beginning of a hearing impaired person having STIs, not wanting to go to the hospital with a sign language, the hearing impaired person can just go to the doctor and then go with the phone and then communicate. What is the next on the slide?
Unique value proposition.
So our unique value proposition is that this app will be able to read our vernacular languages, because currently hearing impaired and visually impaired persons are not educated. Not all of them can read English. So with this app, it can also read our vernacular languages. And then the other thing is that this app is also cheap compared to the previous screen readers, because we will sell it in our local currency. And this app can also read documents that are in PDF, because currently the affordable screen readers cannot read PDF formats, and the one that is there is a bit expensive because it's sold in US dollars. And then this app will also have a feature whereby it will connect persons with disabilities in different business platforms.
Traction.
What we currently have is a prototype and a working space that was provided to us by the Ministry of Higher Education and Innovation.
Objectives and milestones.
We will make sure that this application fits the types of phones that are preferred by hearing impaired and visually impaired persons, by working with the centers for visually impaired persons and hearing impaired persons through testing. And they will also help us like what we need to still add to the app.
Revenue models.
So this app is going to help us make money by our target markets and private and public sectors and any other stakeholder interested in disability issues by subscribing to a license for a certain fee for certain amounts of months.
Ask.
So what we are humbly asking for is funds to develop the prototype that we currently have into a real working application. So sorry that my apology that I did not tell you at the beginning of my presentation that I'm visually impaired, so I might not have displayed eye contact. So that was the end of my presentation.
Okay, thank you, Pelgrina. Any questions from the judges? And I'm sorry that you lost me there for a while, but you know, sometimes technology gives us grief.
No problem,
So
ma'am.
please, Gershwin, do you have a question for Pelgrina or Hagi or Dr. Munyeka?
I don't have a question, Ms. Joanna. Just a word of encouragement to Pelgrina. Continue what you are doing. It's very inspiring. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Hagi.
Okay, Hagi. Go ahead, Hagi.
Yes, Pelgrina, I just wanted to ask, can you hear me okay there?
Yes.
I just wanted to find out, has there been any assistance from the National Disability Council?
Not yet.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
Okay, if no other judge has a question for her, then we move on to the next presenter, who will be Timotheus. Thank you, Pelgrina, and we will speak again.
Oh, I wanted to ask you something, but it's.
Go ahead, Gerald. Go ahead. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Is she still there?
Oh,
She
she's
can put
back in
her
the
back.
Is she off?
She can
All
put
right.
her back on.
Okay.
Yeah, back in a moment.
All right.
Okay, she's back.
Pelgrina?
Yes, sir.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, my apologies to call you back. What I wanted to find out, what I wanted to find out from you is since this is an application that you are developing, I suppose most of the users will be communicating via mobile phone.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes, and computers.
Okay. All right. The communication back to the sender of the information, if a person is blind, how easy would it be? Would you always need to have assistance, or how easy will it be for you when you are blind, you can't see? How easy would it be for you to access the app and you know communicate back? Because I mean, there's no way of putting braille. There's no way of putting braille onto the screen.
Yes, sir, you are right. But then that should not be a problem because we are using phones also. Currently, we are using phones that do not have a braille, and we are able to communicate with them.
All right. Yeah. I mean, I was just asking, you know, what would then be the benefit of developing an app if you know, currently there's communication that you can do via a mobile phone, and for a deaf person to communicate communicate back, if that person can't talk, how would that person communicate back to, you know, the sender of the information?
The deaf person will just sign, and then the signs will be translated into audio or text.
Okay, but I mean, you've also rightfully said that a lot of our people with disabilities in the country currently is not really educated.
Yes. Yes, they are not educated.
Right, so
one of the features of this app is that it will be able to translate our vernacular languages into English and vice versa. Because currently, the talking apps that we are having, they can only use English. But with this app, we will include our vernacular languages.
all right. Now, Pellegrina, that was all of my concerns. I thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Pellegrina. Thank you, Pellegrina. Our next presenter will be Timotheus. Timotheus, get ready, and Lloyda will allow him in. The judges, I am sorry about the entanglement in my connections earlier, but let's just continue and do the best we can.
Hi, Johanna. I don't see a Timotheus. I see Cecilia, Rafael, Pedro, Diana. These are the ones that haven't presented yet.
Okay, so go to Pedro then.
Sorry, I've let Cecilia in.
Okay, Cecilia, go ahead. Share your presentation with us.
Cecilia, it looks like you're not connected with your microphone.
Okay, can I let Pedro in the meantime while Cecilia sorts out her microphone?
Yep, go for
Yes, please. Please go ahead.
Pedro, you're in.
Okay, go ahead, Pedro. Talk to us. You are live.
Good evening, Ms. Joanna. How are you doing?
I'm great, thank you.
Hey, judges.
Judges.
Yes, good evening, judges. How are you?
They are fine.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get myself ready before I go ahead.
Screen share.
Yeah, there we go. Sorry for that. There we go. Okay. So I'm just going to start by introducing the company and getting straight into my presentation, not to waste any time. My name is Pedro da Fonseca. I am founder and CEO of my company, Black Gold Engineering. Okay, Black Gold Engineering is an LED manufacturing company that has designed and is manufacturing its very own lights here in Namibia. And we are assembling them as well. And then we stock it out to our clients. We have got a patent that registered in 5 continents all over Namibia, all over the world. And we have proved our theory time and time again in different places worldwide, but we will get to that shortly. So the problem that we're facing is that Africa is only 55% well lit. We do not have electricity in Africa, and electricity in Africa is very expensive. Compared to Europe, our neighboring continent, which is 112 lit in terms of electricity. The reason why we can't do this is because we don't really generate much of our own electricity, and our electricity is so expensive, only those that have got power stations next to them or by their countries can actually have sufficient electricity. Our own country, Namibia, is only 40% electrified. The other 60% is our rural communities and so forth that live over fires and everything. So that is the problem. The solution is black gold. Black gold is an LED lighting solution that is able to reduce the consumption of electricity and give off and save costs going forward. The cost that it saves is up to 70% of what our current street lights, high bay lights, and down lights currently consume in Namibia. So in other words, we've got 3 different products, which are street lights. Our LED street lights use so little power. To put it in layman terms, it uses 10 times less than what one of our current street lights use. In other words, where we have one of our street lights, we can put 10 of our street lights. And this saves up 70% of the current cost that one street light, that one of our HPS current street lights are using compared to what ours would be able to spend. So we have done several tests in and around Namibia, and we have sold some of our lights in and around the world. The solution has been tested. We have won 13 international awards in South Korea, Japan, China, Europe, and several in Africa as well, proving our theory. And one of the greatest things that we've proved is that we were able to show Cenerid that we can reduce the cost of lighting for streetlights from 230,000 a month to 71,000 a month. This is promoting 79% savings and up to 3.4 million in 12 months in only one city in Namibia. Okay, so our market is actually designed for everybody. We cater for 3 different markets. This is the public sector, which is our governments, municipalities, and so forth, which we cater the street light for. We then have our industrial section, which is all our heavy industries like mining, workshops, warehouses who have high ceiling lights that our high bay lights can be made use of. And then we've got our domestic range, which is for public and personal use. They come in a range of 5 different lights for your everyday use at home. So we don't want you to go home and change what you have. We just want you to swap out the light bulb with our light bulb. And these are black gold engineering light bulbs. Okay. My current financial standing is that we have gotten some funding from GIPF along with a fund manager called Baobab. And we've also have BFS, Business Financial Solutions, which is part of our investment group that have helped me sort of move from idea to market. So they have funded me for us to start the process, and we are currently in works. I've only been funded now about a year, but we have moved from the back of my garage to a warehouse where we now employ close to 15 people. So that is our financial standing. We are currently fighting to get into the market to start generating enough funds to move forward. So we still need a lot of support in that sector. The greatest achievements that we have is that we have put up lights in and around Namibia in places like Ludwitz, Swakopmund, Windhoek, Osona Village, Ondangwa, Chumep. And most of these lights are up there a few at a time for pilot projects until we can solidify a contract going forward. But our greatest achievement, or my greatest achievement, is being able to start my dream, being able to realize my dream with the help of everybody around me. I've got a warehouse and assembly line and a team of competent staff that are helping us bring our lights to fruition. Okay. Our next step in this is to bring our lights to start giving smart city solutions. And what we mean by smart city solutions is that since we are in the energy sector, we want to not just reduce the consumption of electricity, but we want to give an edge to it. We want to be able to incorporate chips in our lights that then give feedback straight back to the municipality to tell them how much light is being consumed, what's the monetary value to the consumption that's going on, and also give them a trend and a pattern of how the lifespan of the light works and when it's ready for maintenance and when it's about to fail. So by doing that, they will no longer have to leave their offices. They will be able to get communication straight on their laptops with all the details. So we are currently talking to a few companies like Sigfox and so forth to see if we can start with these kind of proceedings. But we are well, not there yet, but in the works, and this is one of our greatest achievements that we want to get to. But all in all, the one thing we really want to surpass is that we are the only Black-owned African LED manufacturing company in Africa. And I want to secure 100% of manufacturing right here in Namibia so that we supply not just our country, not just the surrounding countries, but also to other continents. And this will be one of those cases where we will be one of the first countries to sell technology to Europe and to America. So this is what we're trying to achieve eventually. Yeah. So thank you very much for listening, and thank you very much for the time and opportunity. That is the end of our presentation.
Thank you, Pedro. I have a problem that most of the people are doing this from their jobs, and they are going to be locked out because of COVID regulations. So I don't know whether we should reschedule or should we just hang in there, or some have asked to already do their presentations, but it's difficult. So if you can ask the people in the waiting room if it's possible that they can indicate who are those. Let's do them first before we do the next ones. All right. Thank you, Pedro, and congratulations. I also have a question for you, but I will allow the judges first to ask their questions before I ask mine.
Okay.
Go ahead, judges.
Hi, Pedro. How are you doing?
Good evening. I'm doing well, Gershwin. How are you doing?
I'm excellent. Just a quick question. In the whole setup of your firm and the dynamic that is around the whole engineering aspect, what was your biggest challenge in actually developing, setting up, and bringing your product to the front line?
Okay, well, we faced numerous challenges. We always say the first one is financial. It is one of the hardest, yes. But after what I went through to where I am now, I would say that the hardest challenge is maintenance. Okay, we all pray for finance to start our business and to take off and everything, but the hardest challenge after getting that is maintaining, because now you got not just yourself, but you got employees that you need to employ. You've got funding that you got from a financier that needs to be paid back, and you've got business that you need to be out there trying to follow, trying to chase, trying to get into the market. This is the biggest challenge that people don't actually tell you about. How to maintain, how to stay in the race, and how to be able to be of substance so that you are able to cover your overheads and make sure that the people you're employed don't suffer the consequences because you are not able to take off. So that is now my biggest challenge. But coming up, starting my business, I had the challenge of leaving my job. Yes, as an engineer, I was an engineer for a mine, and I had to leave my job, comfort job, to start pursuing my dream, where it took me close to 4 years before I actually got funding. And in these 4 years, what was most hard is convincing people that your idea, your prototype is what they want. You know, that was one of my biggest challenges, to sit in the room with other engineers or market and finance kind of people and try to convince them that what I've got here is amazing and will change lives. And if you only have one sample, if you only have one prototype, it becomes very difficult until people start understanding the numbers and the possibilities of it. So I would say that was my biggest challenge starting. And then, like I explained prior, my biggest challenge going forward. Yeah.
Thank you, Pedro. And then just in conclusion, talking about finance, are you 100% owner or do you have an equity partner? How is your structure in terms of ownership?
Okay, well, in ownership, I had to give up some percentage of some equity in my business. Reason being, as a startup, a lot of financiers require some kind of collateral. They require some kind of security that if they invest, what do they stay with? What do they come out with? They don't just want to put money in. So they want to make sure that they're part of the growth, part of the run. So sometimes you do have to give up some of that. I didn't have collateral, but I did have shares. And luckily enough, the people who are invested in my company were able to sort of see the direction in which I'm trying to go. And they were able to secure some funds for us. So I am currently 51% owner of my business.
All right, thank you so much, Pedro. That's all from my side.
Thank you, Gershwin.
Pedro,
yes,
my name is Gerald.
Pleasure to meet you, Gerald.
I'd like to find out from you. Pleasure to meet you too. Yeah, first thing, congratulations. I think this is a very honorable thing that you did. We need much more of this kind of businesses to trap the money in Namibia and on the continent. If I was a billionaire now, I'm telling you, I would have not even think twice.
Thank you. That means a lot.
But what I would like to find out from you is, what was it exactly that you have registered
invented
as a patent? Okay. I mean, how is your light different from all the other LEDs that we currently get in the market?
Okay. All right. I'll try to make it brief. What I invented was the LED light. So as you are, if you are aware of LED lighting, you have a separate PCB where you have your lights, and then you have a separate power control circuit. So my LED lights and PCBs are all on the same circuit. I've got one circuit with a power circuit and with the lights. I have reduced and removed all power components, all heavy power components like a ballast, capacitor, and igniter. I removed that. I reduced them to ICs, which are more stable and require very little electricity. And I have made them part of my circuit. So I've got one of the strongest LED, single board LED lights worldwide. So that is why they saw it as an invention. And then on that basis, I went and started working and intensifying and on the product. So I'm able to show that the light doesn't just work as a LED street light, it also works as a high bay as well as a down light. So we registered the technology that I sort of came across, or now said invented, to register my patent. So my patent is registered for the NAMLUX technology, which is LED lighting.
Brilliant. I wish you luck, but thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Gerald. Appreciate it.
Okay, from my side.
Yes, Ms. Jen.
Why do you always forget to mention Jen Namibia, who contributed to your being there as well? Huh?
No, Ms. J. Jen Namibia has brought me in and around and has made me become known in the social sphere, has grown my portfolio by taking us to Kenya, where I became the ambassador of Creative Business Africa, which we really do appreciate. We won the Southern African Startup Awards with Jen and Size. You are not forgotten, you're always there. I just thought that I've got 3 minutes and not enough time to brag.
Okay, no, good. And you forgot about the Namibian Business Hall of Fame as well again.
So many things, Ms. J, so many things. But,
Thank you, good luck. All right, Lloyd is the next.
Ms. Kluter,
Yes, Gershwin.
how many presentations do we still have left?
It's 4 or 5.
4 or 5.
Please deal with us. I forgot about this new restrictions for Windhoek. I'm sorry, guys.
Okay, no, it's fine. We'll push through.
Okay. All right. Let's continue, Loida, please.
I've let in Mornay.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Mornay, if you are there, please go ahead and share your screen and start your presentation. We struggled so long to get you online. So now we have you. So let's hear from you.
Mornay's mic is also not showing.
Oh my goodness. Okay, let's just take Cecilia. Or is Cecilia still struggling with her mic as well? Mornay? Mornay or Cecilia, who's ready? Okay, Cecilia, go ahead. Our next startup, Cecilia.
Okay,
Share your
Mornay's
screen. Is Mornay now ready? I can see nothing, Loida, from my side, so please.
Yeah, Mornay's mic is on, so Mornay, you can go ahead.
All right, thank
Okay.
you, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Go ahead, share your screen and do your presentation.
All right, I'm just trying to get my presentation up. Can you see that?
Not yet. It must be loading.
Share your screen quickly. Screen share. I can definitely hear you, but I do not have an option to share the screen.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Michael, please assist.
Let me take a look.
Delay. What? Hi everyone, there's a serious delay. I can hear myself speaking after about 10 to 15 seconds after I talk.
It's because you have two microphones and two speakers close to each other. That's why that happens. We can hear you clearly. So your partner must move away slightly.
There's a serious delay, guys.
Okay, just go ahead. We can hear you. Just share your screen and go ahead.
So we want to share your screen on the Zoom app, please.
Switch off
And
the
don't pay
others.
attention to the live stream on the website. Just focus on the Zoom app, please.
With other tabs. That better, way much better maybe.
Hello everyone, can you hear me now? I still don't have the option to share my screen.
Okay, then we will have to go back to the waiting room and we'll see how we can fix that. And we will allow Cecilia to do the presentation.
Okay.
Cecilia, please go ahead, share your screen, click on the green button that says share and share your screen with us and do your presentation. Okay, Cecilia, it seems that we have a problem with your mic. I ask you to connect early so that we can sort that out. Can you try and unmute yourself again? Because from
So on the bottom left, there should be an option to connect your audio and just select internet audio.
I'm trying to see if I can do it for her now. On the bottom left, did you hear that, Cecilia? Okay. All right. Loida, let's have the next person admitted. I can't see now clearly. Ndara.
I had just let Raphael in.
Okay, great. Great, Raphael, welcome to this presentation. You could not see the others, but go ahead and do your best. Just unmute yourself, please, because you're still muted. And share your screen with us. You are still muted,
yeah.
Raphael. Okay.
Can you hear me?
All right. We are ready for you. Go ahead.
Okay, so which screen would you like to see? My presentation.
Your presentation, yes. Your presentation was supposed to be open already, my dear.
It is
open.
open.
The green screen. Yeah, so click on the green buttons that says share screen.
Okay, share, document, allow that. Okay, let me just quickly do this. Download apologies. I just quickly need to get to my presentation, which was open actually, but I didn't share the screen initially.
No, you just have to click on share screen, then it will come on the screen.
Is that on?
Did you click on share screen?
Yes, I did.
Because it will
Yes,
not load.
Share screen. Screen, yes, there we go.
Is it loading?
It should be. Okay, it needs permission, allow permission. Okay.
Okay,
now,
Loida, give him permission to share his screen. Maybe that was what was wrong with the.
Yeah, I'm working from my cell phone, that's why.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead. Start your presentation. You only have 3 minutes.
Okay, but okay, here you go. There's my presentation. Okay. So, we are RDA Trading. We're a rural farming enterprise that's based in rural Namibia. We just started 3 years ago or 2 years ago. The idea is to get into food production in order to secure food security for the country. With COVID-19 settling on our shores, we've realized that we've got an over-dependency on food imports from South Africa. But this is something that we've known already and we haven't done anything about it. So RGA's intention is to actually revive or introduce rural economies or increase rural economies by providing jobs and actually having tangible employment opportunities. RDA at the moment is focusing on poultry production, which is the meat, the eggs, and the hatchery. But there's also the ram production in terms of livestock. There's also mutton, pork, freshwater fish, integrated crops, and all of that. So in a sense, RGA is poised to work as a company, but it needs the push to get to that. So we need funding for that. In phase 1, we will then focus on growing broiler chickens for the meat. And then in phase 2, we'll do the eggs and the live chicks. Now, our market in the beginning is quite small, but it will grow as we grow in numbers and we serve the demand. So our market basically is your local inhabitants who are poultry farmers already, but have to travel long distances just to get basic food stuff. And that's what we're trying to cut. We also, once we scale up, then we can go to the nearest towns like Okakara and Grootfontein and the surrounding settlements. We're looking at 45,000 customers all inclusive around the region. But then obviously we'll have to scale up and go to the more urbanized settlements such as your Windhoek, your Rundu, Katima, Mulilo, and so on. There are also government facilities out in the region that will obviously become our clients, such as your prisons and so on and so forth, and the hospitals and school hospitals. We're also targeting government initiatives like drought relief and food aid and so on and so forth. Now, obviously, the local inhabitants will be our competition to start with, because they are also part-time subsistence poultry farmers. But then you've also got emerging farmers such as ourselves who don't have access to the market that we have, but are obviously trying to get in. Established producers such as your Nami Poultry who have 67% of the market, and Velvicia Eggs who have about 40% of the market. Obviously, substitute products such as red meat are competition. Now, about myself, basically, is that I am an administrator by profession, but I've moved into farming because of the passion that I have. So I now work as a full-time farmer and I've got 1 employee on a farm. I'm looking to scale up in terms of employee numbers as soon as I get the funding and the ability to scale up. We've already got the land, we've got the labor. We've started a broiler pilot project that was actually concluded and tested the market very well. So we know what we're doing and we know what we want on that front. We're looking for about 50,000 US dollars, which is an equivalent of close to 934,000 Namibian dollars. This initiative or this business is actually very profitable. If you look at the initial startup cost and you look at the profit in terms of the broilers, we're looking at making over 7 cycles, 125,000 Namibian dollars. But that's if we calculate only 1,000 broilers that are set per cycle. Obviously, in the second and third years, we're going to scale that up to 3,000 and then 6,000 per cycle, which then obviously increases our profitability. In terms of the eggs and the broilers or the hatchery, the chicks that we're selling, that also makes money. Now, in terms of cash flow is solid. We don't have a negative month. We don't have a negative year. So we're solid on that front. We're able to provide for demand as soon as we're able to scale up. We are able to serve the market. And of course, we're able to take a share of the market, a bigger share and a bigger chunk of the market as we grow. Probably just where we are situated, just one more time, we're out in Okoha village, which is about 400 kilometers from Windhoek. But our nearest towns would then be Grootfontein and Okarara, that are 80 and 100 kilometers respectively from where we are. It is said that due to coronavirus, obviously our borders are closed and we're only getting essential products through, but then we're not getting the quantities that we're used to. So we need to get into that fast. Are you talking to me? Hello?
Go ahead, please.
Okay, thank you. What we have is, if you look at Okoha village, we have about 16 villages that surround us. That's an equivalent of about 15,000 people. So that's our starting market. Our land size is 10 hectares. We started off with 2.6 hectares, which is registered already with the Ministry of Agriculture, Water and Land Reform. Now we've grown that land size to 10 hectares. The plot is partially electrified with a solar system and we've got water on site. Now, the first batch of 500 chicks arrives on the plot actually next week. We've just finalized that purchase and I'm in Windhoek now. So those are the chicks that I take down and then we will scale up to 1,000 within the month of September. And then for the first 12 months, we'll do 1,000 chicks for the broilers, 1,000 chicks for the eggs, and 1,000 chicks for the hatchery. We are in the process of building a hatchery, actually homemade. We got specifications for that, so we're sorted on that end. What we're then looking at is we're looking at doing door-to-door sales within our market. We want to get to everyone within the rural area as quickly as possible and then sell the product from that end. Our customers can place orders and pick up from the farm, or they can have their product delivered. Once we get into the urban market, we're looking at targeting home shops, we're looking at targeting individual households, we're looking at targeting government institutions, like I said, hostels, school hostels, prisons, holding cells at police station, hospitals, army barracks, and all of that. But we're also looking into getting into the tourism market as soon as it provides. Right now, our tourism market is closed. We're starting to open up slowly but surely. But we need to get into that space, more especially with the accommodation facilities, because that's where you get a lot of customers coming through, and those establishments actually buy a lot of poultry products. In year 2, we're looking at intensifying our crop production. We have a small crop production garden where we do all sorts of vegetables, both to supplement the chickens and to supplement our own diet on the farm. But introducing all these components means that we need to introduce our staff complement. We need to increase our staff complement, so that's what we're looking at as well. We'll scale up surely, but slowly but surely, because we need to look at the increase in numbers and not necessarily the increase of profit, because then the larger the numbers we increase, the more difficult it is. So if we do it consistently and systematically, we'll be able to take on the market and still make a profit at the end of the day. I guess that is what I had for you. Basically, yes. And then if you look at our other products that we need to introduce, that will happen from year 2 onwards. We have a few goats and a few sheep, but we need to increase those numbers. So we're steadily doing that. As soon as we finish that, as soon as we've reached our target of about 3,000 goats and 3,000 sheep on the farm, then we go into mutton production. And then we have the bull goat and the meat masters.
Raphael, I'm
Yes.
sorry, time is up.
No problem.
So just conclude, please.
Yeah. In conclusion, we're obviously a very profitable initiative. Obviously, we need to get into the food supply and food demand market because we need to satisfy demand locally. So that's the space we're getting into. We understand that we need to innovate, so we're mechanizing as we go along. We're introducing new technologies and so on and so forth. And that is who we are. That's RGA.
Okay, thank you. You can just hold your screen share there, and I'll allow the judges to ask you questions. 2 questions only, judges, please, because some people are getting eager to go home.
So I just need to go back to my Zoom, but I will take the questions as they come. I can hear you clearly.
Hi, Raphael. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you perfectly.
Yes, I just wanted to ask.
I can't see you, but I can hear you.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, now that you've secured the 500 chickens and planned for the 1,000 broilers, and your intended market is for government, military barracks, etc., have you secured those offtake agreements in terms of entering into the market? Have you secured an actual individual or party to where your product is going to?
What we've done is we've got 2 schools in our area, on the northern side of our area, one in Coplands and one in a village, in a settlement called Okashuru. So what we're doing now is that we're busy finalizing a pilot agreement with the Ministry of Basic Education, Arts and Culture, to allow us to test the product within the school system. The one thing they are interested in primarily now is to test demand and supply and ability to supply the 2 schools. We're looking, because these are schools that are currently closed due to COVID. So we've got 100 learners in Copland and 77 in Okashuru. These are your grade 10, 11, and 12 learners who are still doing face-to-face contact, but the rest of the school year has been suspended to alternative measures. In any event, so this is an agreement that we started way before COVID came in, but we've been affected by COVID, so that we've slowed down the pace of negotiation. The ministry is looking at getting us in no later than the end of the year, but they can't give us guarantees. So we've had. What we have, though, secured is the local market which we serve. Through the pilot project that we ran, we were able to lock many of our customers. So we had that market, and everyone is now, I mean, the broilers are going to be slaughtered after a month and a half on placement. So 6 weeks, we'll be able to produce the final product and sell it to the market. So that's being expected already. We have orders that are coming in, very small orders. I mean, we've only got 500 broilers at the moment, so we've got small orders that are coming in, but we're going to sell everything that's currently being placed now in about 6.5 weeks time.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Please, if you can, Raphael, just answer to the point.
Yes, I will try.
No other
Good
questions? Then, sorry.
I had a quick question for Raphael. He spoke about new technologies that he plans to implement. Can you just maybe briefly tell us about this new technologies and how they will help to meet some of the demands?
Okay.
In terms of
We
your
all know that I think it's common knowledge that in terms of rural farming, most of the farming activities are done by hand. We don't want to do that because it means that our turnaround period is much, much longer, about 3 or 4 times longer. So if we introduce, in terms of meat production for poultry, if you introduce defeathering machines and an automated slaughter line and all of that, that would increase your production speed or your production cycle by about 50%. Now, if you introduce things like hatcheries, which a chicken takes about 3 months to hatch an egg naturally. So, but if you put it into a hatchery, it takes 21 days. So these are the new technologies and the new systems, the mechanization that we're talking about in terms of mechanizing our operations in order to maximize on a shorter period, production period. Basically, in a nutshell, that's how I would answer your question to the point.
Okay, thank you, Raphael. Our next presenter will be Ndara. Ready? Share with us your screen, Ndara. And Monet, can you in the chat box or let us know whether you've sorted out your problem so that we can have you after Ndara, and then Sage, and we'll hopefully try again Cecilia, then we are done.
Dara, you can go ahead.
Can you guys hear me now? Hello?
Yes, clearly, clearly. Go ahead.
Okay. Let me just share my screen. All right, I'll do that. It is that time again of the month when I have to spend 25 minutes or more budgeting. And I see this all the time. Every time I go grocery shopping, I see others having papers where they wrote the stuff which they want to buy. After shopping, these papers are lost or either they are thrown away, and which makes it so difficult to keep an inventory. At PND's software solution, we found the answer to this problem, and that is a mobile budgeting app and a web budgeting application. We understand that the world, it is changing and technology is advancing. So we build the tools in that so we can make our life a little bit easier. Why is this the right team to build it? I mean, we've been there, we've done it, and we know the pain. Why is now the good time we build this application? With the economic downturn and Corona, we really need to step up our game. The whole point of this is it is just to put you in the driver's seat of your finances. It is we have amazing features like a notification when you overexpend in one category. We synchronize your data so that you can access it anywhere, anytime, and then we link to your bank account. At the end of the day, you are guaranteed you're going to have money and then you're gonna see new and easy way how to save money. And then on our app, we have the ad space, which are $1.20 per ad and per advert. And we for this amazing feature, we ask in-app purchase fee, which is $36.40 Namibian dollars per month. And then so far we finished the web application, and then we are finishing up the mobile application. On the team, we got myself, Dara Gabriel, who's working as a developer on all the application, and my partner, Mukube Peter, and who's working as marketing and administration. We are just asking for an investor to invest for 15,000 for hosting and marketing, and just to get the whole project off the ground. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gabriel. That was great, short and to the point. Thank you so much. Questions, judges, or did I lose my judges along the way? Like I lost my connection just now. Please come forward, or was it so clear that you don't need to ask any questions?
Yes, Johanna, we're still here, or at least I'm still here. It's quite an interesting concept that he just presented. I wasn't really clear about the part where he said the app or something is linked to your bank account. What is the purpose of that? And the specific feature of linking it to your bank account.
Thank you very much for the question. It's actually a great question. I mean, if we look at it, when we go shopping, sometime with wipe with a debit or credit card, and then the thing is, it's difficult to track the money. And then when we link our app to the bank, when you swipe, automatically it reflects on the budgeting app. It's just to track and review for real-time tracking.
Gabriel, can you switch on your video, please? I ask you now via chat, but you're not responding. So please switch on your video.
Okay, it's on now.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions?
Gabriel, can I just know what is the name of your business or company?
The name of the company is P&D Software Solution. So we are actually we do mobile application and web application and desktop application.
Thank you, Gabriel. Any other questions? If none, then I say thank you to the brave young man, Gabriel Ndara, for sharing your application with us. Let us continue to the next person, Loida.
Thank you for your time also.
Can't see who will be next. Oh,
Okay,
Mornay. Finally, Mornay, we see your screen share. What is it with the young man from the University of Science and Technology? That technology is getting you under the belt.
Yeah, tonight it seems like it's winning us.
How should we believe in your technology if you can't use or manage ours? Okay.
So,
Please take a deep breath after all the struggle. You are with us and we are so happy. Now, you said to me that your partner is going to present on your behalf. Are you going to go ahead now and not him?
Yes, I'll be continuing the conversation then.
All right, great. Go ahead, please.
All right. So thank you and for allowing us the opportunity. I'd like to start off by just explaining to you that the world loses around 96 billion annually to electricity theft, 58 billion in emerging markets, and this is a growing number. We are Pulse Electronic Solutions, and I'm going to introduce to you our patented GridX smart metering platform and the enormous value that it brings to utilities and clients. Our solution solves three main problems. The first is it dramatically cuts down on inefficiencies and electricity theft by giving utilities the tools to capture and monitor consumption. This allows for better distribution planning and results in better service to the customer. Secondly, it gives clients control over their expenses by allowing them to remotely control their geysers, but also as an option to automatically schedule on and off times for them. The last one is that we have less than 10% internet penetration in most of African countries, which is mostly contributed to the high cost of infrastructure. So this is what our meter look like. We've been working on it for the last 3 years. We have been developing an extremely accurate smart electricity IoT meter, and it brings with it the possibility of internet to every home. And during this pandemic, we found that this is a critical factor for business in the new world. It runs on a platform at the utility company. It provides them with a 360-degree network view in real time. It provides them the load status and transformer status, and it's got a built-in GPS so that it can indicate it will indicate to them where the meter is. It also has load-based alerts as well as tamper and bypass reports. This is the example of the meter. And this is the example of our mobile app that you can purchase or recharge your electricity. Our revenue model is currently based on we generate revenue per GridX smart meter sold, as well as we have a yearly license fee for the software to run at the utility. We also have a Wi-Fi license fee, as well as an SMS charge that we for recharging. So we've made inroads at the Development Bank of Namibia and won the Innovation Award 2019. We've gotten the President's Youth Innovators Grant, and we've got incubation program at the Business Financial Services. We're also registering a partnership with with NAST. So we are asking for 2 million Namibian dollars to set up our manufacturing process and to produce test units. We expect to service the following target markets, which will be utilities, ISPs, and household consumers. And that's the end of my presentation.
Thank you very much. After such a struggle to get online, we have Pulsar Electronics presentation. Judges, it's open to you. Please go ahead and ask him those questions that you wanted to ask him. Shall we start with Gerald?
Not really any question. Maybe just to congratulate you. I think this is a very wonderful initiative and I wish you luck.
Thank you very much, Gerald.
Thank you, Gerald. Gershwin?
Yes. Hi, Mornay.
It's my name is Delano. I'm doing the presentation.
Okay, Delano, I just
sorry,
quickly
but-
want to find out, do you have any patent rights on your design?
We definitely have a patent on our design, especially the part we're the only company that currently can get your PIN or your code for the electricity to your meter remotely. So that would help somebody in Windhoek that has renting a rental in Swakop. He can then remotely send the PIN into his meter, and it will automatically load the house with electricity.
All right, thank you so much.
Okay, Hendrina, Dr. Monieka, sorry.
I don't have any questions. I also just want to congratulate him for a good presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
Okay, Donovan, Delano, sorry. You had such a struggle to get onto this platform. I hope it will not be like that on the next presentation. And why we have this practice run for you in the semi-finals is to see whether you can get through to the finals and also to represent Namibia. Now the competition is tough, but really and truly, I think this is what we need to work towards, as many startups on the space where we need to invent things for our country and for the continent to come up with the first of its kind. And in support of that, when we come to the final judging, I will share with you what I shared earlier today with Mornay. Okay, thank you very much. We will take you to the waiting room now for the results. Waiting on that, and we are ready for the next presenter. If you can
Thank you,
just
for the opportunity.
stop your presentation share, Delano,
Yes,
and your video.
Cecilia still has a problem with the mic.
Okay, then we can't help her because I asked her to make sure that she's then the next person. Please allow the next person in, which I think is Diana or the previous last one. Loida, I think you should just
You can go ahead. She's connecting. Yeah, she's connecting.
Oh, she just unmute your mic, Diana. And share your presentation on the screen with us. You are still muted, Diana. On the left-hand side of your screen, there's a microphone, just unmute it. Okay, I'm just going to put you back in the waiting room. And okay, now you're connecting. Still muted. Okay, unmute.
Just sent a request to unmute you. So just say unmute.
I've just allowed everyone else back in the presentation so that we can see if that does not help. Okay, Diana, I think the best is to leave and come back quickly.
Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, Donovan, Delano,
Yes, ma'am.
what do you want
Can
to
you-
do?
No, I saw it on and I switched off everything because I was so scared that something would go wrong in my presentation. So at the moment I'm in the Zoom call and I'm not sure who invited me.
No, it's fine. Just mute yourself. We are trying to get another person to connect. That's why I did this. So just mute yourself and your video. Just mute your videos and your sound and close out your videos, please.
May I ask a question, please? It's Raphael.
Raphael, it's not your turn now. Just be patient.
Oh, so I just need to hold on and then.
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, Cecilia, speak to me now. Let's see if you can speak. I'm just going to stop the live
instructors for the academy. And then our project schedule and milestone. Initially, this project, we aim to start, the whole thing is we have a property that we presented or requested from the Wolfish Bay Municipal Council, of which they showed interest in this project, and then they offered this space. However, this space definitely needs to be inspected and we have to clean up. So during the period of 31st of October, we hope to start with our inspection and our cleanup campaign at the property. On the 10th of November, we will work out the process of expansion and refurbishing this property. And then on the 26th of February, 2021, pardon me, we hope to launch Sage by the Entrepreneurs Academy, of which we hope that on the 1st of March, 2021, registrations are supposed to be executed. This is basically the property, as you see on the screen, that the municipal council is hosting. This same complex was actually scouted by a variety of individuals with almost the similar concept I had. However, we were fortunate enough to only get a certain portion of this. So it's called Quicepmont Old Kitchen Hostel, and it's in the perfect center of Wolfish Bay for the people that live. And this area is currently being used as a lavatory or like a trash dumping area, which is constituting a health risk zone for the people that are living within this area. With my team, we are seeking funding in total amount of 500 Namibian dollars to procure equipment for our students that will be covering for at least 3 intakes, of which our duration course will be, per course it's 3 months, and then we are willing to offer 10% equity shares to our investor.
Thank you, Diana. We did not see your presentation, but I think it was clear. And from your verbal presentation, I will allow the judges now to ask their questions, and we will start with Dr. Monica.
Thank you, Johanna. I just want to confirm with Diana. She mentioned that they need 500 Namibian dollars. Is that correct, or did she intend to indicate another number?
That's 500,000.
Okay. That has been confirmed as 500,000 instead of 500. I was also wondering what happened there, but yeah. Anything else, Hendrina? If nothing, then the next judge.
No.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, please.
No. Besides the amount, I really wanted to see the building that she indicated there. I'm hoping I see the slides loading now. Maybe she can open up the slides so we can see some of the information that she was explaining. That would be a little bit helpful as well.
Yeah, just run through your slides quickly. You don't have to say anything. Just let them be there for 2 seconds and the judges can see it. Just 1, 2, and then the next one, 1, 2, and the next one. Okay, continue. Next one. And the team.
That's the building. And that's where it ends.
Just go back to the building quickly again. Okay, thank you. You can close it out now. Any questions further, Hendrina?
No, thank you. Thank you, Diana, for your presentation.
Absolute pleasure.
Thank you, Diana. Gerald, questions for Diana?
Diana, my name is Gerald. I see that you have different courses or different topics that you are going to cover. Those different courses, is it all going to be presented by yourself, your team, or are you going to get professionals from outsourcing to professionals?
It's gonna be, there will be professionals that are into entrepreneurial field already.
All right, well, thank you. I don't have any further questions. Good luck.
Okay, Gershwin?
No, I'm fine. No questions from me.
Hage?
No, I'm okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you then, Diana. Loida, we will try one more time to get Cecilia on board. Good luck, Diana.
Thank you.
You can switch off your, mute your mic and switch off your video, Diana. And then she will take you to the waiting room. Loida?
Oh, it doesn't look like Loida or Cecilia are in, but I can try to admit Cecilia. Looks like she's in the waiting room now. Yeah, it's just not working. She's not
Thank
being.
you. Michael, I don't know whether you can hear me. You can just indicate that, but I'm having a dip in my internet connection again. Can you still hear me?
Yes, I can still hear you. And I was just saying that Cecilia is not in the waiting room and neither is Loida in the meeting. So I tried to admit Cecilia, but it's just not working. So I think might be a good time to just kind of wrap up. Okay, so for the judges, please be sure to judge all of the startups that pitched today. Again, the judging controls are going to be right on the page from which the event was streamed. And with that, go ahead and end the meeting. Thank you very much.